thanking you for the My Brother's Keeper in District 31, which covers all of Staten Island. For those my colleagues that may not know it, Staten Island is the only borough that makes up one school district in New York City. So back to my days when I was on the Community Education Council, I thank you for supporting that and our efforts with the district leadership team. I think it's gone a long way. I'm seeing the project flourish, so thank you. I really appreciate that. It's building on our equity, empathy, and excellence theme that we worked on. But I want to talk about that, especially that today, this week, is Respect for All Week in New York City schools. And I think some of the things that we focus about, empowering our schools, empowering our principals, I think we're having a shortfall at the disciplinary aspect of it. I've recently been contacted by several parents and community members about an incident that happened in a school in the district, and of course, we're not going to mention a specific school. It involved a weapon, a knife, a threat to a staff member, and I think the part of the process has been to shorten the number of suspension days a student can have for a disciplinary procedure, and we're not having the look is that we're not giving principals enough input into the decision-making process when it comes to student discipline. Some of the school community that's involved in this they were taken aback because it was a short consequence. And I think that's some of the issues that we have surrounding that. Would you be able to touch on that, please? Not specific to the school, but overall.
Sure. So Assemblymember Reilly, thank you for your support of My Brother's Keeper, and Speaker Hasty as well. It's an incredibly important initiative for us, and thank you for being so actively involved. So the issue of school discipline is one of those issues that everybody seems to have an opinion about. But a child that commits an act that is a crime, we continue to treat that act as a crime. So if somebody's assaulted, if somebody brandishes some kind of a weapon or any of those types of things, there is this pervasive notion that they get a pass. They don't. We work very closely with NYPD. We will have safe and secure campus environments. But a student that is mouthy, a student that is disrespectful, a student that isn't paying attention, a student that isn't sitting and being still, when you suspend that kind of a student, you're treating the symptom. And what restorative practices, what positive behavioral supports, what social emotional learning is all about is to get to the root cause. Why is that student exhibiting that kind of behavior? That comes with additional professional development for not only our counselors and our teachers, but the entire school community. It also means that you have to go beyond just saying, get out. And what ends up happening is that in that transition phase, we have to do a better job of explaining what is it that we're trying to do. And if we are schools, I think it's important that we say we're trying to make sure that students understand the harm they cause when they don't follow the rules. We want to make sure that students understand that when they become citizens of the bigger society, they have responsibilities.
I appreciate just I only got a minute left, so I want
Sure.
to make sure I get to this point, and I apologize for cutting you off. But I think some of the shortfalls that we have when it comes to following students, and I believe in the restorative practice model, I think we have a shortfall when we see kids transitioning from grade levels, so from elementary school to middle school to high school. So with the ORS report, the online occurrence reporting system, I would like to see that we monitor and identify those students that, for lack of a better word, are the offender, and those are the victims. It's not necessarily for punitive, but to offer support and guidance. Right now, there's a lack of that tracking with the online occurrence reporting system, and I think that will go a long way to building empathy, equity, and excellence throughout New York City. And I'm hoping that we can move to that method. And I also want to just acknowledge that thank you for the online reporting for bullying and harassment. That's a positive step, and I'm hoping we can build on that.
Thank you, sir.